So tell me about your taxi issue.
It's literally impossible to get a taxi in America. Well, out here, like yesterday, we tried to get a taxi and I had the Uber app and it just says no cars available. About 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, eventually someone said they'd pick us up. It's just it's just lucky dip really. Like there's nothing on there. You ring up taxis, like we Googled it, and the numbers don't even go through. It just like goes, this number's not in service anymore. It's like being in the dark ages out here.
I'm here to help keep things working, which is a hell of a job with Joe. I sort of tend to be the swan here. I sort of put the bikes together, I take the bikes to bits and I try and make sure it's running, because Joe reckons he's really good at it, but he's bloody hopeless, and if it weren't for me he'd be in the cycle shops taking his turn. Oh yes, that's nice to come and to see the race and like to be here, don't you, with your son. It's sort of quite special, but I think he needs me at times.
We have no idea why all the Americans love to train indoors. Just rain or not, just go outside. We were racing Tulsa a month ago and people were moaning about it. It was a technical course. A technical course. It had I think 10 corners. 10 corners or something. Like Joe crashed in one of them. But we did the last, was it 10 miles with a little race effort.
It picked up in the end. I wasn't planning to. Michael was going like a decent pace. My legs felt quite good, and I thought, well, might as well like see how it feels. One thing I'd say about this race is it's definitely the best bike course I've ever done. Scenery is absolutely stunning here. You got hills, road surface is perfect. It's a really it's a proper strongman's course because it's relentless. Like even on the flat a bit before you get to the hills, it's like up and down. But the scenery is amazing. What was that you said?
Who's going to beat who at this race?
I'm going to beat all the others.
Alright, there we go.
All the others need to worry about a corner spot, don't they though?
I think so.
So that can affect the way they race, because some people want to play it safe and the main thing they're thinking is how they don't want to sacrifice winning at the jeopardy of not qualifying for Kona, whereas to me it doesn't really matter because I qualified for Kona 18 months ago and I won one three weeks ago, so for me it's like shit or bust. You know, do I want to risk it? I might not qualify for Kona because I've got my ticket and accommodation booked already.
Is this your flat repair kit?
This is. Yeah, you see it goes right here. We got everything we need.
I'm overly prepared. We are good. We got in, what is today, Wednesday? We got in yesterday, drove over from Syracuse, so bit of a longer drive. I just love Lake Placid so much. I mean, for me, it's my career prior to triathlon was ice hockey, so I spent, actually the Olympic Training Center is down that road on the right, but I spent like 8 summers here training for ice hockey with the national team, so coming back here now later in my life for triathlon is always just such good memories. I mean, I'm not going in with any sort of time expectations here. This is a hilly, hard course, so time is irrelevant, but I want to feel solid with the marathon. I'm going Lionel style on the bike with a t-shirt ride, and I'm going Sam Long glasses. So I can channel my inner Sam and Lionel. I've gone well here. In 16, I won this race and then went into Kona and got on the podium in in 2016. So I know the turnaround, the training block that can follow, and using this almost as practice and prep within kind of a bigger block. So it's kind of the next few months for me. I just like harder days and courses that inspire me. So yeah.
How you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good.
I'm gonna be on my bike all over the course, nervous until she gets off the bike. Yeah, basically, I mean, we prepare her bike with everything she needs to fix a flat. I mean, tire levers, CO2, spare inner tubes. I mean, it was essentially a tire failure. There was nothing we could do. I mean, even a boot wouldn't have cut it. So we had a lot of comments on YouTube that said, why didn't you just stop and boot it with a power bar wrapper? It wasn't gonna happen. So, and I don't know, to clarify as well, my wife also does know how to change a flat tire. We've worked on it and we work on it. So we do things very professionally. So just to, I don't know, answer all the comments that have been coming in off the YouTube channel. We really appreciate everybody watching.
Greg Borzolari, common spelling. Ironman Lake Placid, race director. So kind of order the porta-johns and make sure the dumpsters are there and everything in between. We had our first staff meeting just to give everybody the lay of the land, give everybody logistics. Yeah, I have more confidence in the staff than I do in myself because they are the best at what they do. Right now we are looking at the finish line and a couple changes that we had from the original maps and how we're going to lay everything out at the finish line. And the finish line is different than it's ever been in 21 years of this event. Yeah, so Lake Placid was the first Ironman in the continental US. It started in 1999. Graham Fraser began it. He's from Canada and he ran Ironman Canada for a while. And he came here and found the perfect venue for the first full distance Ironman in the United States. The event kind of took over the town during the week that it was here. So the athletes really came to love the event and love the town.
But you're just natural Watts, you know.
Natural Watts.
You were born with Watts.
I'm on restricted Watts at the moment. Yeah, yesterday was like a very low restriction. Do not go above.
Impressingly slow.
Kalle was a bit mad because I was taking forever. Jet lag is pretty good. Waking up early, going to bed really early, which is nice. And the leg starts to come around after the trip as well. I think swimming really helps to feel like a normal person again after the travel. So this is my first Ironman. I never ever gone this distance before. And we were trying to figure out a good Ironman to do. And I was in St. Pölten racing a half like in end of May. So then we didn't have loads of time to prepare. And I was ready to go to the UK, but I couldn't go there without a quarantine. I had to quarantine 10 days, even though I was vaccinated, so that kind of disappeared. The other option was Lanzarote, which is a super hard one, so that's probably an hour longer, which is maybe not a smart move for a first Ironman to go on like the longest Ironman you can do in the world. And then there was Lake Placid. And I really enjoy racing in the US. I love the atmosphere, the races. We're gonna go back via New York for a day, so that's really cool. And it's one of the places where I can convince my partner to come with me, so it was like all thumbs up.
On your first debut Ironman, what's the coincidence that the Olympics have their triathlon on Sunday?
I know! So I've been to the past 3 Olympic Games. So Beijing, London, Rio. There was a time about 2 years ago when I was contemplating trying to go to Tokyo as well. And then of course everything changed and with the games not happening, and I was like, okay, it's all about the Ironman. And it was never the plan, but the way it was with also like enough time to qualify for Kona, giving me a bit of time to have a second attempt as well if it doesn't work out the way I planned it. And now looking at the schedule, like I was actually asked to commentate the race back in Swedish TV. And when I had the question, I looked at the game's date, it's like, oh, actually I'll be racing an Ironman about the very same day. So it's pretty cool, like the timing of things, and it feels like it's kind of like it's a good thing for me to have something else to focus on at the moment.
Any tips for age groupers that need to pee on the bike?
Everyone seems to think like it's easier to pee on the downhill. It's actually easier to pee when you're climbing a hill out of the saddle, I think.